What's up? It's Thunder Bay personal trainer Logan. Oh, it's actually Dave from Dave Craves Raw Food. What's up? I'm going to do a video today. Veganism debunked. We got Charlene and Chad over here. They think they're carnivores. So let's see what they have to say here.
Some of you guys know, if you know us, that we're big fans of the ketogenic diet, and we've had wild success with it. My body composition was awesome. I lost 32 pounds of fat, which I didn't think I even had. But
okay, that's great. He lost some fat. So what I've noticed with keto people is that not only are they eating no carbs, low carbs, they're calorie restricting. So anytime that you're going to be calorie restricting, you're going to lose fat. Like, it's not this miracle that you're not eating carbs that you're losing weight. It's like, especially with what you have to eat, butter and meat and eggs and milk and cheese and all this fatty foods, like you get it makes you feel sick if you eat too much. So you're not even going to be able to eat that much. That's just my experience looking at people and what they're eating. So yeah, you're going to lose some fat, but it's not because you're cutting out the carbs. It's because you're calorie restricting and most likely intermittent fasting, which is also going to open up, more room for getting into ketosis, but also less of an eating window means less calories.
And she had great results too. We both feel like $1,000,000 when we're in ketosis.
Yep, felt great.
And so the next phase of this is I got a couple weeks where I threw my back out at work. And I haven't been in the gym in a couple weeks, and we both kind of let things slip a little bit. We kind of
fell off track
a little bit, which happens. I mean, the most important thing is that you just get back on. So
I just want to say something to that. So yes, it is important to get back on track, but you shouldn't be trying to follow a diet that's so restrictive and so hard that you fall off track for 2 weeks, and it takes you 2 weeks to decide to get back on it. Like, I've been vegan for 6 years, and sure, I've eaten more junk food than other times, but now I'm mostly raw vegan, high fruit diet, high sugar diet, you would say. I never fell off of being vegan. Like, if I eat something weird, it's not like I failed and it was too hard and now I feel like crap. It's like, vegan's a good baseline. So once you hit that baseline, like, unless you're just eating Oreos and crap, like, you're gonna feel pretty good. And then it's just up to you to go from there. So it's not the same as like what these guys are saying, how they fell off and they got off track. It's like, just be vegan as your baseline, and then you can move up the steps of health after that.
Here's what we're going to be doing next. Real quick, I'm going to be doing a different variation. And it's something I saw from a doctor named Sean Baker on the Joe Rogan Experience, which is awesome. And a lot of people have done it. And it's a zero carb diet.
Okay, Sean Baker, zero carb diet, carnivore diet. Because we're carnivores, we look like carnivores, the way our teeth move, these big, look at these canines here. That's pretty sharp, man, pretty sharp.
I will be only consuming animals.
That's just sad to hear.
So,
it will consist of?
Yeah, so let's take a look at what I'm going to be cooking here. So right now, I just mowed down on a 2-pound steak with an egg.
And I started with 2 eggs and some chorizo slices.
Okay, so steak and an egg. Egg and steak sounds like colon cancer to me. She got an egg, or 2 eggs, and chorizo, which is processed meat, which has been proven to be class 1 carcinogen by the World Health Organization. So right away, they're just eating cancer.
And by the way, before you guys even think about saying anything...
Oh, before I even say anything, hold on a second.
Hating?
Before I hate, wait.
Do your homework, because you'll find out that people that get into ketosis, raise their fat and animal intake and things like that, their blood panels get better.
It's funny you said that, because that Sean Baker guy that he was all happy about promoting just did his blood test, and he was really, really low in testosterone. He was pretty much diabetic, if you wouldn't classify him as diabetic. His blood sugar was way, way high, and he was low in vitamin D as well. And, he's not eating any vegetables, so it's obvious, and fruit, so it's obvious, like, he's gonna have problems. And I don't know, do your own research, my man. Like, do your research, and don't just listen to some random guy that was on a podcast and then follow his diet when he never even got blood tests done But when this video was made, you had no clue how healthy he was. Just because he looks like he might be healthy has nothing to do with health, like at all. So let's keep going.
Their blood pressure goes down. They lose weight. Their body composition gets great. Their cholesterol goes down.
His cholesterol goes down. He had high cholesterol too. So, I mean, what does that show? And he'd been doing it for a year. So it's just a buildup of all this crap that you're eating.
So fat doesn't make you fat. Get that out of your head. So real
Sugar
quick.
makes you fat. Sugar does.
Sugar's killing everybody.
Oh yeah, Charlene and Chad, sugar's killing everyone. So the leading cause of death is heart disease, and meat causes the most heart disease. Sugar is a scapegoat, and yes, processed sugar is bad, but there's something called lipogenesis that is the process that your body turns sugar into fat to store it. And it takes way more energy to store the carbohydrates and the sugars as fat, so your body does that at a last resort. So it's really, really hard to get fat when you're eating sugar alone. When you're mixing things together and stuff, that's one thing. But if you're just eating sugar, like, I mean, I should be fat. You know what I mean? I should be a fatty. But I'm not a fatty. And I eat tons of fruit. And I forgot to bring my watermelon out here. I was going to, but I ate known to eat 10 bananas at a time. A whole watermelon in a day, in the same day that I ate the 10 bananas, and then a big salad at night. I mean, come on, guys. Sugar makes you fat. That's old news.
Chicken breasts.
Causes cancer.
Pork.
Causes cancer.
Burgers. Hamburgers. Get good quality meat.
The quality, cancer.
Beef. Don't get any of that lean crap. Get that
You
out of your
want
head,
all the
too.
fat.
All the fat.
Full fat.
You want all the fat, so you can be all fat.
Get that out of your head, that whole low fat.
It's hard to wrap your head around, but I promise you,
It works.
I struggled with it, but it works, and it's 100% proof.
Because it worked for you in short term and you failed on it, it's 100% proof that it works? Sure, Charlene.
Sausages. Tri-tip. I got 2 of these yesterday. They're awesome. Pork. Bought 10 pounds of that yesterday, too. Ground pork.
10 pounds of cancer.
Make sure you source your meat a little bit, too. Know where you're getting it from.
And source his meat. His meat looks like it all came from the grocery store.
Ground breakfast sausage. Ground chicken.
They got ground cancer and ground colon below. Back up.
Shrimp. Bone broth. Lifesaver.
Bone broth. Bone broth, eh?
You need sodium. You're going to lose sodium.
Yep.
So we're carnivores, but we need to make bone broth. And we're going to be low in sodium. Why? Because you're not eating vegetables. Guess what has sodium? Vegetables. Green leafy vegetables. Celery. Stuff like that.
Absolutely. All your electrolytes.
Pink Himalayan sea salt. Yeah, your electrolytes will go
magnesium.
crazy, and you're going to have to supplement.
Oh, so you're going to have to supplement. Now, the meat eaters are telling us vegans that we have to supplement when this guy's eating all meat and saying that you have to supplement. Like,
So now you're going to increase your fat, and you're going
And
to
your
eat a
sodium.
ton of salt.
Crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Very crazy.
it is crazy. It's so crazy. Like, you guys are freaking crazy for trying this. Like, it's crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Don't forget your pig bits.
Don't forget the pig bits. They give you the big shits. And actually, you probably won't even shit. Where's the fiber at, yo?
And then also you're going to cook everything in good stuff, too. So,
And put that in your coffee.
yeah.
Keto coffee.
Keto coffee in
1
the morning.
tablespoon of this. You get a tablespoon of MCT oil or coconut oil or both if you want. I use MCT oil and I put some sugar-free vanilla for some sweetness. 2 cups of coffee. What am I missing? Heavy whipping cream. 3.
Yeah.
I usually do about 3 to 4 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream.
So my coffee consists of 2 cups of coffee, tablespoon of butter, tablespoon of MCT oil, a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. Sometimes I'll add coconut oil depending on how I feel. Pinch of cinnamon. I'm not a sweet guy, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
That's a good.
But so
And
salt.
pink Himalayan
Pink
salt.
Himalayan
I do a
sea
dash of
salt.
that, and then sometimes I even throw in some protein powder.
So if you think
Up
about
the
doing
protein
this,
intake.
So you're not getting enough protein from the meat, but you eat meat to get the protein, so you have to put protein powder in it. You make no sense. You guys are crazy.
think about another thing. Your salt is so vital. You're going to end up needing to take a lot of salt in, so you just got to make sure you do that. I do all the time.
You got to eat your green leafy vegetables for your salts, your celery, your kale, your broccoli, your lettuce, spinach. That all has sodium in it, and also a lot of other electrolytes that you need. If you really want to talk about electrolytes, we got nature's perfect food right here, the coconut, baby, the coconut. This falls right off a tree. Drill a hole in that boy, drink that water. You get tons of electrolytes, magnesium, stuff like that.
We do bone broth, and we also just put some pink Himalayan salt in some capsules and just take them.
Yeah, we just take it
with
like
your
a pill.
vitamins.
Yeah. So we'll be documenting the journey. We already kind of know where it's going to go.
It's going to go straight to the doctor's office when you can't shit for 5 weeks. And then all of a sudden you get colon cancer or heart disease, and that's where it's going to go. So please stop this madness right now, because you guys are literally crazy. Like, do more. You do your research, man. Come on, Chad. Come on, Chad.
But like I said, I'll be doing nothing but meat. I'll have 0 carbohydrates.
That's crazy.
See, you're that crazy. 0 carbohydrates. Crazy. It is crazy because our body runs off glucose. Our cells run off glucose. We have to turn everything else into that as fuel. And if you don't eat it, your body's going to create it with other things in your body, because that's what your brain runs on, is sugar too. So none of this ever makes sense to me. And all the research is out there. You can do it for yourself. These keto people are just going for a short-term result, and they think it's a lifestyle, but it's more like a death style to me.
Gonna do it.
Just strict keto.
She's
30 grams or less of carbs a day, and then about 75% fat and 20% protein.
And she'll be taking in fiber,
Yep.
broccoli, things like that. But
Leafy
I won't be
green,
doing anything.
green veggies,
There won't be one plant in my
salad.
life.
There we go. Okay, at least she's eating some broccoli. Still terrible diet, but the thing is that fiber, we have 2 different kinds of fiber. We have soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber is what drives the nutrition into your cells. It is absorbed, and we don't need to process it in the same way. Insoluble fiber is what feeds our gut bacteria, and also it's what helps flush things out of us and pull things out of us, and that's what we poop out, is the insoluble fiber. But that also, some of it stays in the gut, and it feeds off our bacteria. So all the raw meat eaters that say fiber is bad, it's like, well, your gut bacteria needs fiber to eat, and that's what keeps your microbiome healthy and keeps everything going and keeps things flushed out of you. So you need fiber. I don't know what this guy is, if he's going to do enemas or something. Like, you got to get that shit out of you, man. It takes like 3 days to digest meat. I don't know.
Feeling, yep.
Yep. So
stay tuned.
right.
Looking forward to it.
Talk to you later. See you on the steak side.
Adios.
Okay, well, that was a video. So Chad and Charlene, if I have to say one thing to you, please do your research. This video was done a while ago, so I haven't even looked at what happened to you guys. Hopefully you're still alive. Hopefully you haven't gotten really ill or had a heart attack or suffered from that, because I'll let you know one thing. My older brother, 40 years old, was running a marathon. He was healthy. He was eating the paleo diet, so not even quite as bad as this. He was eating more vegetables and stuff like that. A lot of meat. Healthy on the outside. He could run a marathon. Guess what? Halfway through the marathon, this was like his 3rd one that he'd done. He'd been training for a long time. Halfway through the marathon, he got a heart attack. And he was healthy. He was eating a healthy diet. Everyone around him thought he was so healthy. But meat is what does this, guys. Meat clogs your arteries. It's been shown. So many studies have shown it. And if we just keep getting the mainstream pushing and pushing for it, because it's a big industry, you got to realize that the most money to be made is off the animal agriculture business. And we got to stop supporting it, and we got to stop listening to random doctors that go on that are eating a weird diet, that never even got their blood test, never have studies to back up their stuff. You got to do your research, guys. You got to understand that your bad habits got to go. You know what I mean? You can't keep hearing good things about them and think that they can stay. You got to change your lifestyle. And whole food plant-based diet has been shown time and time again to reverse atherosclerosis, it's hard for me to say that, heart disease, and it's the only diet that's been proven to do that. And so many studies show that meat causes cancer, or is highly correlated with causing cancer. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to Thunder Bay personal trainer Logan Blake for more videos like this one, and I will see you guys soon.